Hi everyone, a very good morning to my listener. My name is Dynatalie Delicious, and today I will be presenting my research titled Knowledge, Attitude and Perception on Agronomic Kitchen among Hotel Food Handlers in Kota Kinabalu, Sabah. These are the content of my presentation today. Some brief of explanation on the background of my study. It is stated that agronomic is a scientific discipline that focuses on designing workplace tools and systems that fit human needs and capabilities. It ensures that the physical environment complement the workers' abilities, reducing strain and improving efficiency. In Malaysia, awareness of agronomic remains relatively low despite its proven role in national well-being and economic development. A number of studies suggest that this lack of awareness may stem from insufficient information provided to employees regarding agronomic and its benefit. Within the hotel industry, food handlers are particularly improved to agronomic issues. Their work requires long hours of standing, repetitive tasks, awkward posture, and these factors increase their risk of developing work-related musculoskeletal disorder. Hence, it is essential to examine how much hotel food handlers knows about agronomic and their attitude toward it, and how they perceive its role in their working environment. For the research problem and issue, it is stated that by the World Health Organization, approximately 50 to 70% of workers worldwide have experienced musculoskeletal disorder. These disorders are among the leading occupational health issues in the food and beverage sector. Cooks and food service workers spend significant time preparing food while standing in a static position of performing repetitive movement. This condition increases the likelihood of injury, such as tendinitis, which result from repetitive strain or uncomfortable working posture over long period. In Malaysia, similar cases have been reported, showing that agronomic factor remain a challenge in the industry. Beyond physical effect, such disorder also leads to mental fatigue, stress and lower work satisfaction. Therefore, there is a critical need to explore the level of agronomic awareness among hotel food handlers. And for this study, they will be guided by three main objectives. Firstly is to study the knowledge of hotel food handlers toward agronomic kitchen practices. Secondly, to investigate their attitude toward agronomic in the workplace. And thirdly is to examine their perception of agronomic and its potential impact on their daily tasks and overall work performance. This study have been supported by various study from the past and current uh, study. It is stated that the importance of agronomic in the workplace. Noted that agronomic awareness in Malaysia remain at early stage, developing only gradually. However, there is one research in 2021 found that agronomic training at the workplace significantly improved awareness. Furthermore, the Department of Occupational Safety and Health has already introduced guidelines for agronomic risk assessment, demonstrating official recognition of its importance. Other research, such as by in 2021, also showed that agronomic intervention reduced musculoskeletal complaint and work fatigue. This study confirmed that agronomic plays a crucial role in improving worker safety, performance, and satisfaction. That have been used in this study have adopted a quantitative research approach as it allows objective analysis of human responses through measurable data. These designs are descriptive and cross-sectional. Data are collected through questionnaire distributed to food handlers in selected hotels. A 5-point Likert scale and dichotomous questionnaire were used to measure responses before the actual survey. A pilot study was conducted to ensure the reliability of the instrument. For the sampling technique used convenience sampling, whereby it focuses on 4 to 5 star hotel in Kota Kinabalu, and the sample size was 105 based on the previous research, and this population will be the main focus for this study. For the instrumentation side, these research instruments were structured questionnaire divided into 4 sections. The first section are covered on demographic information. On section B will focus more on knowledge. Section C examine the attitude, and section D will measure the perception. The questions were adapted from validated study and ensuring that instruments have academic credibility and relevance to agronomic research. For the table 1, these are the example of item that will be asked regarding to the knowledge on agronomic kitchen. And table 2 will be looking into the attitude towards agronomic kitchen. And lastly, we'll be looking into the perception on agronomic kitchen. For the data analysis, the data will be used various statistical tools. For example, descriptive statistics such as frequency and percentage were used for demographic. Cronbach alphas tested the reliability of the knowledge, attitude, and perception section. T-test and ANOVA will be examine the relationship between demographic characteristic and responses. Chi-square tested assess association between variable, and lastly will be Spearman correlation coefficient will measure the strength of the relationship among knowledge, attitude, and perception. Next, we'll be discussing on the results that have been gained throughout the research. Based on the research on the demographic information, out of 105 respondents, most of the respondents are between 21 to 30 years old, halfly held diplomas, certifications, qualification, and majority were working in a service area, in kitchen, and reported have no existing health problems. Therefore, these findings suggest relatively young and healthy workforce, which may influence their responses toward agronomic. Next will be the reliability analysis test, which have been gained, shows that the knowledge section had the lowest Cronbach alpha value at 0.5 at 9, while attitude and perception exceeded the acceptable threshold of 0.70. For the descriptive analysis for knowledge, is that most of the respondents understood that the placement of kitchen appliance is important. However, fewer respondents indicating willingness to apply agronomic relative actively in their workplace. And for descriptive analysis result for attitude, showing that respondents generally agree that agronomic should be part of kitchen practice and that equipment design plays a significant role in safety. While for descriptive analysis for perception shows that positive result on food handlers believe that agronomic contributes a cleaner kitchen, reduced stress, and better organization, and even higher restaurant profit. For the T-test and ANOVA result show no significant differences in knowledge based on gender, education level, or health status. However, chi-square analysis revealed that a significant association between age, job position, and health problem with knowledge of agronomic. And for the Spearman correlation efficiency analysis result shows that a strong positive relationship between attitude and perception with coefficient of 0.857. This means that the more positive a food handler attitude towards agronomic, the more likely they are to perceive as it beneficial. Finally, for discussion of the finding, based on the result from the analysis, it can observe that younger food handler and those without health issue were more aware of agronomic concept compared to older workers. This finding is consistent with previous study in 2020, which reported that older workers are more prone to musculoskeletal disorder. Another important observation is that while most respondents have basic awareness of agronomic, there is still a gap when it comes to playing this principle in practice. This highlights the need for structured training program. Overall, the findings suggest that agronomic awareness exists but is not fully translated into workplace implementation. Positive attitude and perception indicates potential for improvement if the right intervention are introduced. Therefore, for the conclusion of this study, it indicates that hotel food handlers in Kota Kinabalu, Sabah generally have knowledge of agronomic and display positive attitude and perception toward agronomic kitchen practice. However, practical application remains limited. To address this, hotels should adopt proper agronomic principle in kitchen design and daily work routines. Further study are encouraged to expand the sample size, including different regions, and employ interview or observational method for deeper insight. These are the references that been used in this study. That's all for my presentation. Thank you very much for your kind attention. I now welcome any question and comment.